Hi YouTubers, Evan Tate here. I'm back with another product review, and today I'm going to be talking about the A.L.E reed balancer. But before we go on, please smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, and make sure to share it with your friends. And after it's all done, please put your comments below this video. So, the A.L.E reed balancer, it's this little tool right here. Now, what is reed balancing anyway? What is reed processing? We are all well aware that when we buy a box of reeds for a saxophone or for a clarinet, we usually get at least 5 reeds, but oftentimes 10, sometimes even more. And then out of all those reeds that we buy out of the box, maybe only a handful of them will actually play right away. The rest of them we'll have to work on. Now, unfortunately, there is pretty widespread among many saxophonists and clarinetists who don't even bother to work on their reeds at all. If it doesn't play, they just throw them away. I think it doesn't make any sense whatsoever, especially when one could work on the reeds. To the point, so many people hate the idea of doing it. They say, well, the time that I spent really working on a reed, I could be practicing. Well, there are plenty of other things you can do in life that you might have spent time better off practicing. But if it's about getting your reeds together, saving your money, and then getting all your reeds to play, it's worth to work on your reeds. And I think it's an excellent tool to do this. From the manufacturers of this tool, Marty, Giaimo, and Dominic, Bianco, basically the tool is this. When we have our reed here, I'm using an alto saxophone reed here, and we know after playing for some time, first of all, on the flat side of the reed, on the back of the reed, after some time, some buildup will come upon the reed because reeds are mostly preserved with a carbohydrate in the box to keep them to last long so they don't dry out. But what do you think happens when your saliva and a carbohydrate wind up mixing? Exactly, you wind up getting some microscopic fungi on the reed. What this tool does, the reed balancer, it has an edge on it. You can feel it with your finger, but it's not dangerous. It won't cut yourself. It won't cut anything around it. But all you do is that you could put a couple of passes on your reed. I'll demonstrate a little bit close up like this. Just pass it on the back of your reed a couple of times. Just dragging it across the reed, and you will find some, residue coming off the reed. Now, this is one way to use it. Also, you'll notice sometimes when you're putting your reeds up to light, maybe one edge of the reed might be darker or darker shade than the other. That's basically indicating that one side of your reed is thicker than the other, and it will cause an imbalance in the way the reed vibrates. One can take care of this by using the reed balancer on the top side of the reed and also just stroking, or dragging just really that side of the reed in order to thin it down. Suggestion is only take off little by little because as Marty says, you can take wood off, but you can't put it back on. So we don't want to take off too much, and once we just try it out a few passes, then we're going to put the reed back on our mouthpiece. I'm just going to use just the mouthpiece and neck here, and what I was doing here, I was also checking out each side of the reed. This is something that A.L.E also advised us to do, that we check out each side of the reed, how it responds with the instrument. If there's still some resistance on one side or the other, then we just shave a little bit more. But the main thing to avoid shaving is directly in the heart of the reed. We don't want to do that. We don't want to shave here directly in the middle. That is where the most wood is, but also that is where the sound is. That is where the heart of the reed is. And Joe called it, you don't want to cut out your heart, so please don't do it to the reed either. So that's just demonstrating with an alto saxophone reed. Can it be done with a clarinet reed? Why, of course. Same thing here, clarinet reed. I'm also checking it out. I'm dragging it, of course, against the edge of it. We could also do this on a flat surface if you have a piece of plate glass, you could also drag it that way, or you could even push it, Either way, whatever winds up comfortable for you, whether you're left-handed like I am or right-handed, it'll work either way. And then again, after shaving off a little bit of the reed, I'll put it back on my mouthpiece. And here I just for this demonstration, I just have my mouthpiece and the barrel on, this way. Yeah, I notice here with this reed, the left side of my reed is lighter than the right side. I'll have to balance that out, exactly, in order to get a better sound. But basically here, the reed balancer, what I have here comes in really very high quality metal. It's sterilized before it's shipped out. Here also as well, I have a case with it, with a keychain. Now the coolest thing about it is this little tool, helpful as it is, can just fit into any of your cases, saxophone case, clarinet case. You could have it on the belt of your pants, or in your key, use it as a keychain. The thing is, it's just handy, and you could have it with you all the time. At any time that you would need to work on your reeds, it's right there, and it's also totally uncomplicated to use. You could fit it just anywhere. And the nicest thing about it is the price. For the reed balancer alone, there's advertising for a price of $24.99, I believe, from the website. And if you decide to have like the deluxe version with the little case and a keychain on it, it'll cost you $29.99. Plus, they have an option where you could have special personalized engraving on your reed balancer as well. For these prices, hey, it's cheaper than a box of reeds. And when you think about the long term of it, once you get into the practice of really working on your reeds, that you're eventually just about to get just about every reed in the box playing, you'll save a lot more money in the long run. And so this is an investment that is really worth it. So I put the link to the website in the description below this video. At another time, I will be making another video specifically on reed preparation, the different tools that are out there, basically how you do it, what things to look for, what things also to avoid. I hope as well as not only professionals but students would take up the habit of processing their reeds or really working on them. And so in any case, I'd say a big hello out there to Marty, Giaimo, and Dominic, Bianco. Thanks for developing this tool. It's definitely going to be a lifesaver for many people. So until the next time, this is Evan Tate signing out, and I'll see you in the next video.